Last time on Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Those fools who went up the hill will pay with their lives in the crimson flames.
What the fuck? Why is it just randomly on fire now? Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So, this is actually a first to me as I'm recording this episode at 2 a.m. I try to fit in recordings where I can, and since I have to be up at this time for this specific day anyways, I decided, hey, why not record a Xeno episode at 2 a.m. So, I'm sure it won't have any effect on my mental state whatsoever. I am sure that I will get everything right, and I'm 100% sure that my commentary will be on par. So let's actually talk about last episode, because a lot happened last episode. First of all, I was talking about how I don't really enjoy walking around and talking to people that much anymore, and I have to agree. Wait, why am I saying I have to agree? I'm talking about myself. I'd have to continue that sentiment, I suppose. I definitely want to do it today because something actually happened. Not only did Dimitri die, which is a huge thing, we had this gigantic battle between the three houses, and people feel really uncomfortable about it, and now people are going to be super interesting to talk to. But in the past, when we've just been doing like mission after mission where it's like, oh, we gotta meet Judith, oh, we gotta fight Edelgard here, oh, we gotta fight Hubert, like, none of those missions really led to any interesting dialogue being thrown around at the monastery. So I don't know, I don't know how many chapters we have left. I assume we're almost at the end of the game. Like, we're at chapter 18. I don't know how many there's going to be total, but I assume we're almost there. Also, you guys were saying the last map was kind of like the slaughter if you didn't recruit anyone. Because if you didn't recruit anyone, they'd all be out on that field.
Right.
And, oh god, I couldn't even imagine it. Like, Bernie would even be, like, in the middle part on that ballista, which, like, 7 people mentioned. Because I guess they just want to... They really want to pound that in that I should feel bad if I do ever go that route. And honestly, half the reason recruiting these people is worth it is just so I don't have to murder them. Like, that is a reward in itself, honestly. I know there's a lot of people that were like, hey, there's no point in recruiting anyone because you're not going to use them anyway, so why bother recruiting them? It's like, so they don't die. It's the best option. We only have one person die, but it's fine, whatever. Just Ferdinand. The thing is, as far as even like a strategy layer goes right now, we're kind of topped off. Minus people not being in max level, which is apparently way higher than I thought it was. Everyone's doing great. Like, I don't have any complaints about anyone. No one's underwhelming right now, at least out of the bunch that we're using. Everyone's just rocking, I suppose I should say. Anyways, let's get on with some of the dialogue and talking to people.
Doesn't matter how sturdy the keep. If the commander defending it is incompetent, it can fall as easy as anything. That's what they say, at least. I wonder if that applies to Fort Merceus. All I know is, if I was the Emperor, I'd never in a million years assign an incompetent commander to a fort as important as that one.
Huh. Alright.
Well...
Hey, Bernie.
It's always so peaceful coming back here. But it's hard to relax knowing we have to go out on another expedition again so soon. And assaulting that huge keep. That sounds hard. Oh, really hard. Don't you think it'll be hard?
Yeah, it will be, and that's the point. We'll be fine.
Of course you'd say that. Why'd I even ask?
What do you mean?
It's always so peaceful coming back here.
What do you mean, of course I'd say that? I said it to comfort you instead of just saying, like, it's gonna be really hard. It's just like, hey, I have confidence in you guys, but no, she isn't like that. I don't really even have, like, that much of a reason to even do gardening anymore, honestly. I pretty much just did it for the XP, and I suppose you can do it now just so you have things to cook, but I don't know. I don't really need it.
Professor?
Hey, Caspar.
Fort Merceus is next, huh? Ah, the memories. It's a huge stronghold in my father's domain. The town's completely surrounded by high walls. I used to run around there when I was a kid. Way back when a fortress was just a playground for me. Yeah, those were the days.
Damn. Everyone's reminiscing right now. It's kind of a sad time.
The fish in this pond get fed every day, so they're swimming all lazy and serene. But the only reason they're kept here is so that they can one day be used for food. But the fish don't know that, so they just swim around happily.
Okay.
It's a bit of a miserable thought, but aren't soldiers much the same?
I suppose.
No.
Hello again, Gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Is it true that we'll be assaulting Fort Merceus next? That doesn't sound like the brightest idea. I've heard that it's built to withstand an attack from even the largest of armies. And not to tell you how to do your job, but don't do it. I'm not ready to say my final goodbyes to everyone.
Wait, hold on. People are saying this like it's the end of everything. I don't think it is, honestly, but...
Hey there! We merchants of the Alliance territories were excited to hear of your victory in the last battle. We don't much like the prospect of doing business under the heel of the Empire. The Alliance is what we know and love. But more than that, it's low on regulations, which is great for business. Please keep up the good work, Professor. The merchants of the world are on your side.
Yeah, whatever you say. He has like the ugliest face. I think we actually completed that quest for Anna now.
A class reunion on the battlefield? That's bleak. That must have been so hard on everyone. You gotta keep looking after them all. I mean, they still look to you for guidance, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's nothing I really need to do with you, so... But yeah, if you're wondering why I'm wearing... Whoa, who is this guy?
Hello!
You're kind of crappy. What's going on with you? What makes you a dark merchant? You just sell, like, normal stuff.
Will this one do?
You're like, I am the dark
Will
merchant.
this one do? It's
I
all
sell
will
things
this
that
one
are
do? Will
evil
this one do?
and
It's all
illegal.
will this one do? It's all
Like
yours.
tomatoes
Will this one do?
and salt.
It's all yours.
Hey, Leone.
Claude takes care of the strategy, you direct the troops, and the rest of us focus on the fighting. As long as the system keeps working, we can win any battle, no matter the odds. That's what everyone's saying, anyway. Hope you can keep up with our expectations, Professor.
I'm sure I'll be able to do it.
Not possible.
Hey there, Annette.
After the battle at Gronder, some people claim they saw my father. They said he walked off the battlefield clutching His Highness's dead body.
Oh.
So long as Father's alive, I don't need anything else. I hope to see him again one day.
I have a bad feeling. Everyone who followed Dimitri seemed to be on a near suicide path. And here's the thing about Dimitri that I think is really special. Dimitri wasn't in my class. I barely knew him, but the game makes me feel this weird sense of responsibility. I especially felt it at the end of last episode, where I was like, maybe I should have hung out with them a lot more. Maybe I should have done something. Although I know that, in gameplay and story reasons, there's no way I could actually have saved them, next to going their route. But, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of one of those sad things, you know? Sometimes the game really makes me feel like their teacher and they really look up to me, you know? I said you know a lot in these past few sentences. I'm sorry. By the way, if you questioning why I look like a butler right now, I don't know. I just decided I'd try on the outfit for a little while.
Standing face to face with those whom I went to school with. On the field of battle.
It was literally just Edelgard and Hubert.
How inhuman war is. How horrifying. My heart feels shattered. It is my hope that this war marks the end of such foolish behavior.
I don't know. I don't know what Claude has planned. There's things he's not telling us, and for some reason I don't feel like they're going to be okay. Hey, Petra.
I have excitement in my heart for secret tactics. I enjoy attacks that are surprising.
Because it's like hunting?
Yes. Hunting is doing surprise attacks on prey. Surprise attacks are safe with friends. Fewer injuries.
Huh, okay.
Pardon
Professor. I've come to deliver vegetables we harvested in the village to the monastery's dining hall. Because of the season, I couldn't really pick that much. But I wanted to help you guys out, even just a little bit. We're busily planting seeds, so when things start to grow, I'll be back.
Hey, Raphael.
You know when you work your muscles and they start screaming? That means you gotta be nice to them. If your muscles are hungry, you gotta feed them. And let them rest when they're tired.
You can tell how your muscles are feeling?
Of course. If my muscles hurt, then I hurt. If they're hungry, well then I'm hungry too. What's with the confused face, Professor? You look like you don't get a word I'm saying.
I guess I do, but I wouldn't phrase it like you. The way you phrase all that is just strange. Hey, Lawrence.
Fort Merceus is old and strong. Its reputation for durability is equal to that of Aryan Road. Are we really going to leave this to Claude, with a plan concocted by Hilda of all people?
Have a little faith.
I would like to, but I am always troubled by how secretively that man devises his schemes. Let us hope the end result is not too outlandish.
I hope the same. I'm really worried about this one, though, because he's not telling us. It's gonna be like some horrific war crime coming on.
My relationship with the Boar Prince began even before I was born. He was always by my side. You might even say that, at one time, we were best friends.
What do you mean, best friends?
I couldn't fathom the depth of his hatred for the Empire. So much anguish. Could I have saved him? Could I have stopped him?
Oh man, you're thinking the same things as me. It's torture to think about. It's kind of interesting. I expected a lot more people to be like, oh man, Dimitri. But honestly, only his like close classmates are saying anything.
After that great battle earlier, the balance of power in Fódlan has shifted greatly. To get revenge for all our fallen friends, we'll have to stake our lives on the fight that lies before us.
I would have talked to Dimitri, but like, I feel like saving his supports, especially since you can't even recruit him in this one. Saving his supports for like Blue Lion's playthrough, which I don't know why I'm gonna get to those, but it sounds like a better idea, you know?
Ah, Professor, I have a question for you. Have you heard of the Death Knight?
Yes, I have.
I'm referring to that Imperial general who has been operating under that moniker.
I've heard of him.
Nothing is certain yet, but I get the feeling we'll have to face him soon enough.
Oh no, what a travesty. We will have to face him. It's not like I already beat him like 5 times. Hey, Sylvain.
You know, Professor, laying siege to a keep is like asking a girl out on a date. First, you get past her defenses, then you make your move.
You might be right.
I knew you'd get it, Professor. Anyway, you know more about tactics than me, so I don't know why I'm offering you advice.
Hi, Marianne.
I never used to care whether I lived or died, but after seeing so much death firsthand, I now realize how precious life truly is. I'm ashamed of how arrogant I was to think that death could mean so little.
Damn. That was really deep. You've changed so much. Like, out of anyone, she has changed by far the most.
Professor.
Hey, Ingrid.
Among our prisoners of war, there were quite a few people who served His Highness. One of them stated that the Empire was involved with the tragedy of Duscur. If this is true, His Highness's motives seem clear. I can't help but feel that perhaps I should have been fighting by his side.
Are you having regrets?
No, not anymore. I am where I belong. Those of us still on this plane of existence will carry the torch. The inhumane actions of the Empire must not be repeated.
I kind of feel bad for Dimitri, because that means in 2 of the routes, it's like Dimitri get hecked, you know? I guess that's the way it is for everyone, regardless, but...
I hardly recognize everyone. Their faces have changed so much. More experience in the eyes, and more pain. I'm glad that they're stronger, but I hate to think they've all become hardened killers. Look after them, okay? Try to keep them on the straight and narrow.
I'll try. It's hard to turn them from... Well, I mean, they kind of are already hardened killers, to be honest. Like, there's not much I can do. Apparently I missed Ash here, somewhere. Oh, there you are.
I've heard the dues passed on, just like His Highness.
What? Dedue is dead?
That's what I've heard. But no one's found his body. If somehow he's still alive, I hope we'll meet again.
I was hoping because we, like, stopped Dimitri ourselves that he wouldn't, you know... He'd be too injured to go off and try to stab Edelgard, but that's not what he did.
Edelgard, Dimitri, and our own Claude. All the house leaders from way back when, assembled again at Gronder. I wonder what their thoughts were as they headed out to the battlefield.
Dimitri's nothing. Claude's too many. Edelgard's who even knows. Hi, Mercedes.
Oh, Goddess, hear my prayer. Please bless the deceased with peace everlasting, and may his soul rest in tranquility. You know, I used to see him praying quite often when I would come to the cathedral at night.
Really? Dimitri?
I wonder who it was he prayed for back then.
Who knows?
Hello there.
Hi, Dorothea.
So many people died in the battle at Gronder. And here we are, preparing for the next battle as if nothing happened the day before. It's almost easier to think about war as theater, with the stage an entire continent.
Really doesn't seem like theater. Tough actors die, the show goes on.
Something like that. If an accident happens on stage, the next day's performance must be unaffected. Everyone just pretends like everything is fine, focusing on their role in the play.
That is a harsh analogy, but very true.
I've come here after getting chased out of the Empire. There's no place for our kind there.
What do you mean you're kind?
But there are still many inside Empire territory who haven't abandoned their faith.
Oh yeah,
in
that's right. The church is pretty much outlawed.
I pray that one day we'll get the chance to rebuild the church within the Empire.
I'm very curious what it is that Edelgard saw that basically made her go, we need to freaking full revolution, you know? Whatever she saw or felt happened pretty early, maybe even before the game started. Because she had been planning this thing against Edelgard, or Rhea, for a while. This wasn't something she just popped up with out of nowhere. Hey, Cyril.
Guess what I noticed? I can see further than most other people can see, but I can't figure the point of seeing further than an arrow can fly, since I can't shoot what I see.
You could detect enemy movements in advance.
I suppose I could see a whole horde of enemies coming and run away. That's kind of useful, at least. Thanks, Professor. I think I get it now. I'm gonna put my eyes to real good use.
Hey, Manuela.
Each step closer to Enbar, I'm reminded of another part of my past. Riches and poverty, glory and failure. That city has it all. And if I'm honest, sometimes I miss it. That's how the past works, though, isn't it? It's always a different story than what you really lived.
Yeah, I suppose so. Hey, Hanneman.
Fort Merceus is the Empire's single most fortified military installation. Utterly impregnable, they say. I wonder, do you happen to know the nickname given to Fort Merceus?
Fódlan's Locket.
That one is a fortress that stands at Fódlan's
Nope,
throat.
I'm super wrong.
Seems Fódlans give everyone and everything a nickname. Why, you were called the Ashen Demon. Myself, I have been called the Father of Crestology, which is a nickname as well as a title.
They called me the Ashen Demon? What? When? When did that title happen? That's such a cool title, but when? Hey, Alois.
Hilda's quite a tactician, disguising ourselves as enemy soldiers to sneak in undetected. A stroke of brilliance. With this strategy, we can really snatch victory from the jaws of deceit.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna answer this like me. That's a bad pun.
Ah, rats. You've seen through my cunning punning.
Shh. You like that too. I feel like people who make bad puns don't actually like puns. They just like being called out on puns. That's the thing. No one actually likes the puns themselves. They just want people to call them out and be like, hey, that's stupid and made me cringe. I feel like that's how that works.
Please tell Claude not to give us any more ridiculous orders. I've reached out through all of my channels, but there are limits to these things. I'll have to recruit an entire town's worth of people if I ever plan on making enough Imperial uniforms.
Damn. He wants to sneak everyone in. Hey, Hilda.
I wonder how far we can get with this plan. Dressing up like Imperial soldiers to sneak in.
Claude said it could use some refinement. Any ideas?
You could dress Claude as a woman.
Claude dressed as a woman? I don't understand what the point of that would be. On second thought, let's just stick to the plan as originally conceived. That's
But I want to see it.
I wonder how...
Oh, she's a quest. It's probably just a random fetch quest. Yes, it is. Bring me random fish. Hey, Claude.
Each time we take a step forward, more blood is spilled. But by spilling that blood, we're able to take yet another step forward. War is always a cruel affair. But luckily, we have each other to lean on. We've steeled our hearts. We won't be broken.
I'm glad we have such reliable allies.
I couldn't agree more. Without them, we could never have made it this far. Oh, and about taking the fort, I'll need a tad more time to prepare our plan. It's called an impregnable fortress for a reason, after all. My contingencies need contingencies this time, or we may not pull it off.
All right.
Right.
Hey, Ignatz.
The battle at Gronder Field was gruesome, wasn't it? But perhaps it's irresponsible to look away. To close our eyes to the horrors of war.
I agree.
As survivors, we must ensure that all these lives were not lost in vain. We must see the tragic foundations upon which we'll build our future. May an age of peace rise from the ashes, so that all this sacrifice means something.
At the end of the day, I really hope it does. Hey, Lysithia.
As I suspected, they seem to be supporting the Imperial Army now. Though I don't quite know who they are yet. Nor do I know what tricks they'll use against us next. We can't afford to let our guard down.
Yeah, I don't know who they are either.
There's word that Claude has developed a rather interesting stratagem to capture the fortress. You know Fort Merceus' nickname, I assume. The stubborn old general, but there must be one or two gaps in its defenses.
Somewhere, yeah.
Fort Merceus is a keep that was constructed to defend the imperial capital, Enbar. We cannot enter the capital without first capturing that fort. But once we have it, the city should be almost entirely at our mercy. Whatever strategy you have in mind, I have faith that it will lead to victory.
Aw, thanks for the support. Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Now that it's not the terrible decision to record something at like 3 a.m., we're about to do the mission for the month. To elaborate on things I probably said earlier in this episode, yeah, most of the months now are honestly kind of boring. I've been doing very little. In fact, it's almost gotten to the point where, aside from going around and talking to everyone, I'm just like automating everything. Like, I'm automating the seminars now. I'm resting some days just because it's like, I don't have anything to do. I did it all, you know? So, I'm not even doing tea parties with some people because it's just like, it's no reason.
I delivered our letter to Fort Merceus. I don't think they suspected anything.
There's one thing I do have to really appreciate about this game, though. It's that, like, when you look at the characters and their color palettes, they're so freaking colorful. Like, they could have had the option to just, like, I guess I'd say, like, dumb it down to realistic colors and not have everyone be a freaking Power Ranger. But honestly, I really like it.
I knew I was right to entrust that task to you. You've got that honest kind of face that makes it easy to fool people.
Is that meant to be a compliment?
What did you write in the letter?
I informed them that reinforcements were on the way. It would have been suspicious for troops to show up unannounced.
So, the plan is...
We'll disguise ourselves as reinforcements from the Imperial capital and sneak into Fort Merceus.
That can't be it.
Oh, you used my disguise plan after all.
We've also procured Imperial Army uniforms.
Ooh, good work. I knew this was the only way.
However, that alone wouldn't be enough.
You did say the plan needed a little more refinement. Are you going to dress up like Edelgard?
I just want Edelgard to like wake up in the morning and be like in her pajamas. She's like, oh god, another day of just, you know, dominating the entire continent. And she rubs her eyes and opens a door, and there's just Claude in a room wearing like nothing but like one of her bras. And he's like, what are you doing in my room? I am Edelgard, the Flame Empress.
I'm not sure that would accomplish much. In the letter, I included the name of the Imperial General leading the reinforcements. While we're heading to the fort, a separate army is going to attack us.
We're going to be attacked?
That's all just for show, though. It'll be our allies who are attacking us.
Oh, I get it. We're going to make it look like the Alliance is attacking Imperial reinforcements.
Right. When the troops in the fortress panic and open up the gates, we're in.
I'd love nothing more than for this plan to work, but I've got some bad news for you. Apparently, the notorious Death Knight has been placed in charge of defending Fort Merceus.
It literally does not matter, Judith. Just Lysithea will blow him up.
The one who kidnapped Flame. The Death Knight. I did not wish to ever think of him again.
He got some acclaim in the battle to subjugate Western Faerghus. They say he holds the most military prowess in the Empire.
Even so, we've got Teach here to command us. All will be well. You have to trust us.
So your big plan is to just trust your professor? Really, boy?
Under the professor's guidance, I'm sure we'll manage somehow. We're counting on the tactics you learned from Captain Gerald.
Honestly, he didn't really teach me that much. It's been kind of on the fly and 5 other Fire Emblem games.
Prepare yourselves, everyone. It's time. Teach. This is for your ears only, but there's actually one more part to my plan.
Oh?
I had hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I have no choice.
Oh, here's the part I'm not going to want to hear. What is it, Claude?
Absolutely. We can't afford to hold anything back. Thanks to Edelgard's strength, the Imperial Army is more unified than I would have expected. It was a painful realization, but after our battle at Gronder Field, it's clear that we can't win if we don't pull out all the stops.
I agree.
I also realized something else during that battle. There really is something special about you, Teach. The reason we were all able to keep our cool in the midst of the chaos was because we all trust in you, in your command and in your strength.
It just cuts to like Lauren sitting in the center of the map screaming. There's fire everywhere. Dimitri's also screaming, and Lauren's and Dimitri are just having like a yelling contest. Dimitri's like, I'm going to kill all of you. Lawrence is like, I, Lawrence, cannot burn to death in a place like this.
Everyone here believes that we will win as long as we have you on our side. Our faith in you is borderline religious. You and I, we have what it takes to free Fódlan from the Empire's
no. This is part of your plan, isn't it? You're gonna set me up to be some religious figure.
I know in my heart that we'll make it through to witness the world after all the fighting has ceased.
That man approaches.
What do you didn't actually explain the other part of your plan. By the way, why do you have like those up close? Your eyes look really, really ugly. I can see the individual pixels in your eyes. That looks really bad.
Will Death's scythe claim you, or will I fall to that sword of yours?
Okay, Mercedes, little bro. No need to keep being such an edgelord. I know I'm supposed to be afraid of you, but I'm really not. I like this outfit. Looks good. Okay, as far as prep we have to do, There's not really much we have to do at all. Just replenish battalions, and we're good to go. I did do 3 battles this month. No one really leveled up that much because we were already near the level of the battles. Hey, look at us. We're like 97 hours in 3 houses, and we're doing 1 route. Holy
While
hell.
awaiting reinforcements, the Alliance predicts the Empire will continue to fortify its defenses at Fort Merceus. Knowing this risk, Claude and a select few advance, hoping to gain entry to the fort through deception.
This is an interesting thought I've had, but it's kind of a real talk moment. Real talk for Fire Emblem fans. There's a lot of people who are new to the FE series because of this game. There's a lot of people streaming it that have never played it before. They've never even touched the series, but they're like, ooh, new popular thing. Cool, you know? Looks cool. I've never seen Fire Emblem before, but now I can play it, and that's great. I'm glad people are getting into it. But a lot of things you guys have to realize is that a lot of people are new. So if you ever wind up like watching someone else's LP or something and they're just like brand new, don't ridicule them too hard. I'm used to it. I am used to being wrong 24/7. I am used to being unoptimal 50% of the time. People yelling at me, you know, Xeno used the Royal Lagoos. Xeno, don't make Jenny a Cavalier. Xeno, you know, etc. But I don't know, there's a lot of newer LPs out there just trying to enjoy the game, so be kind to them. It's just a little thing I wanted to get across. Anyways, random footnotes aside, it's this map again. Oh, there's actually a different map. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Oh, this map is actually really big. So we have some mounted units who are standing on heal tiles, so that's gonna be probably some of the biggest hurdles we have here. Yeah, these units on the heal tiles, they're not going to be tough to take out, but they're not going to be the easiest. The Death Knight himself, I'm not worried about at all. He's not going to move from that spot. I don't know what the point of the map is. How do I see the conditions of the map? Where do I see that? Oh, it's at the bottom. Defeat the... Okay, so all we have to do is kill the Death Knight. Which, honestly, I could probably just have Lysithea, like, teleport someone in there. And then just have them blow the Death Knight up. But, you know. We'd be missing out on a lot of XP, a lot of items. Honestly, half the items in this game seem pointless now. Because whatever I have is better than what they... Why is Claude back here? Claude, what are you doing? Claude, no. What are you doing? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna save just because I want to try to do some cheesing with Lysithea and just see if it works, honestly. Here we are!
General, reinforcements have arrived from the capital. They clashed with Alliance forces in the outskirts of the city, but should enter the fortress soon.
You let them in? Make haste and slaughter them all!
Huh? Why?
They are enemies. Slaughter them all. I will not say it again.
We made it in. Professor, take control from the south. I have my own task to do from here. There are preparations to be made for our secret plan.
Oh. What's your secret plan? I know you said you were gonna tell me, but you didn't tell me on screen. Oh yeah, there's the part where we pretend we're getting attacked by our own forces. They're gonna fire like arrows with suction cups on the end. Or real arrows. Claude, since when do you have a goddamn sword? I guess you've always had that on you.
see your skills haven't dulled yet, kiddo.
What did you expect?
None of the soldiers know what's going on. They're just like, what?
Everyone, listen up. From now on, the Almiran forces will be fighting by our side. We'll work as one, and we will bring down that fort together.
All the soldiers just like, what's going on? Our plan worked.
An impregnable fortress is a wide-open prairie once you get inside. From here, we'll attack from the north and south at once.
No different than a prairie, you say? You've got a strange head on your shoulders, kiddo.
For Nadir the Undefeated, this should be as easy as a walk in a meadow, right?
Ha! Well, goddess or death god or whoever they may be, let's crush them to dust.
Are those reinforcements or are those the places we have to capture? Oh, no. Enemy reinforcements will appear from all sides of the fortress. If you move one of your units to a space where enemy reinforcements enter the battlefield, you can stop them from appearing there. Yeah, it's like enter the breach. Okay, Lysithia, how far can you move? You can move up to there. So if I move... This is just a test. I want to see if it'll work. If I move him here...
I do this for all of us.
I have her dance.
Well done.
And then Lysithia just, you know... Oh, that's not far enough, though. That is not close enough. I can't one-turn it, but mayhaps I can two-turn it. Still, it's a lot of effort. But getting him over here would actually be really nice, because we could get rid of this archer.
This could turn the tides.
Good job, Nox.
Shall we?
My orders?
I'd prefer Bernadetta not get murdered right there. Thank you very much. Sadly, we don't have a lot of tools to take out this armor knight. At least close-at-hand tools.
Steady now.
We have Ignatz run up this way. And have him move over here, forcing him to attack her instead.
I'll do my best.
Marianne, follow suit. Oh, I don't want you getting attacked. Your defense is not that high.
I'll cut
Felix,
through.
follow behind. Who are these two? Wait, why did I deploy Sedeth? I guess Sedeth's coming with us. I didn't really check because I've been deploying the same people like over and over again, so it's just like whatever, it's fine, but okay. I guess. Sedeth, I guess you're coming along. Alright, Claude, how about you take out this caster up here?
Strategy in motion. A fitting outcome.
I'm glad that Claude is a Wyvern Lord, you know? It's cool. Have we ever had, like, a main Lord ride a Wyvern before? I don't think so. Unless you're counting Fates, I don't think any of them were, like, canonically Wyvern riders, which is really cool, you know?
Don't waste it.
You tried... Yeah, the earlier we take out the Death Knight, the better. Okay, we can start moving a bit closer. Things I don't know how Nox would fare against all these swordsmen. And oh, He'd be taking so much fire right there. If I Gambit. Gambit wouldn't be too bad here, actually. You can keep them where they're at. I probably should have Lysithea warp someone else up, too. But it'd need to be someone pretty sturdy, because a lot of us can't survive in that sort of environment up there. So you know what? I'll have him run over here. And we'll have him Levin Sword, this guy. And he'll crit with it.
One to remember.
Good job, Felix.
Stronger, faster, never enough.
Felix is about the only person sturdy enough to make it alive over there. Although he's fighting a bunch of swordsmen, so it might have been better to actually send someone with sword fare. Which I don't think any... No, oh, actually Leone does. What am I saying? Would be great to send Leone over there. So I might do just that, actually. Go and dance for him.
Yeah. Sorry.
Start moving people up. He'll be attacked, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Move up here, assist. We will warp her back here.
Yeah.
And Lysithea learned Faith level 5. She's actually almost the first person to reach whatever is above A+. I don't know if A+ is the max rank, because that's the maximum teacher rank. Oh, I can't move her up here. She'll die. No, that's fine. So I really don't know, honestly. But anyways. Think you could do something here? No, you can't. You are garbage right now. But you can rally people. And I think that's enough for me. You can also use Gambits. Slam into them with a Gambit. That should leave enough room for Ingrid to get in there and finish it. Ingrid has been kind of strength deprived, but honestly, the last few roasts she's gotten, plus I've given her like a strength boost, she's doing well now. 27 health.
It is done. Onward.
Yeah, she has a strength of 27.
For now.
Her speed is the fantastic part. She has 42 speed. She's not getting doubled by anything. Alright, let's have Ignatz run over here. Wasn't there 2 chests on this map? Yeah, there's one right here, and then one over here. Aurora shield. Okay. That's fine. And Ignatz can start heading over here. And Marianne can follow behind slowly. Start healing people up.
Thanks.
Faster we end this, the better.
Close one.
Here is something to believe
Our Elmaran soldiers just kind of suck. To be honest. They don't even stand a chance against most of them.
Prepare yourself. I aim for greatness.
Just fly-by sword skills. 3 damage to Hilda. No, not the Almiran soldiers.
Thanks.
Oh, that ass. Don't heal your soldiers, that's mean. I work so hard to take them out, and you're healing them. Why would you do that? Why would you bully us like that? I love the fact that Nox is just punching fully armored soldiers. The Death Knight's guard, however, his caravan of Myrmidons, thieves, or whatever they are, I think they're assassins, actually. Wait, they're all just leaving him! Why? Why would they do that? What are they doing? Aren't you guys supposed to defend? Wasn't that the point? I feel like this is a trap. Why would his entire guard just leave him? Throw that hand axe, Hilda.
Fighting wears me out. I still have a long way to go.
I doubt Nox can beat the... Yeah, no. There's not much he can do without instantly dying. The Death Knight does 31 times 2 damage, and that's only if he hits twice that it'll count, but chances are, knowing my luck, he will hit twice. Because that's how it be. So. Let's just destroy all of this armor. He doesn't need that. Felix can go over here and Gambit from this side.
I can help.
Break everything.
Nothing personal.
So now it's kind of confused. Bernadetta, I want you to follow behind and actually dance.
That helps.
Lysithia, I want you getting ever closer.
You're in my way. Oh! It's done.
Unless someone on this map has something that I desperately want, which at this point, I don't want that many things. Like, this guy has a Brave Axe. Yeah, whatever. This guy has, Actually, that's it. It's the only thing on the map I could think of that I even remotely wanted.
I'll end this quickly. You took me lightly.
And we got another evasion ring. Cool. Marianne, I want you to physic someone who's in danger. Like Nox. Nox, I want you to go over here. And clear out this guy.
Here is something to believe in. I must leave.
I love the facts that... The facts? I love the fax machine. No. I love the fact that I made Nox into a brawler. It is the best. The fact that he's just punt. This is all I've wanted forever. In this game, just like, you know what, we'll let you have it. We'll totally let you have it.
That's the spirit.
We still have Seth who's back here. Just minding his own business. Oh, I do not want him to get too close, actually. Well, he can actually dismount, so it's not bad. But he's still not very tough. Alright, I think that's everyone, minus Claude, but Claude doesn't really need to get that close, to be honest. I mean, he can. Put him right here and then get ignored because the monster would rather fight the green unit.
The time is ripe.
4.
Report! The Death Knight is moving. It looks like they're abandoning the fortress and making an escape.
We need to put an end to this here and now. Come on, let's circle around and cut off his retreat.
Please don't tell me he's gonna move this turn, because we're so close. Oh, he's not moving very far. He's taking that left exit. But still. I'll have to gambit him to get him to sit still, I think.
I'm grateful.
They're all just trying to kill those random green units. They're so worried about him. Oh no, reinforcements. What will I do? You are truly brave. Oh, I mean that's the guy. That's not a random soldier.
Time to end this.
Yeah, you go, Iron Soldier, who's already pretty much dead. Well, actually, if I kill the Death Knight this next turn, you won't die. But that all depends, because Lysithea cannot move that far. Wait, actually, no, she will be able to, because if she moves right up to here, you know, she can go ahead and attack this thing. Because why not?
No time to slow down.
Oh, you know, actually go back. Go back once. Can't move her that far.
Let's make this quick.
Move right here. Do the same thing. Skip the animation because he'll die no matter what.
I do this for all
And
of
move
us.
over here. Dance.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will get her close enough. I think she's only one square away. Got him. Please die.
I have no need of you. If you desire to slay me, follow the appointed hour.
Are you for real? You are not dead again.
I aspire to be my best.
Honestly, okay, so you can go up to S rank.
Perseverance is the key.
Dark magic range +1?
He's hiding something. It's annoying to do what he's telling us to, but we don't really have a choice. After him.
Please tell me this is just we kill him in a cutscene or something. Because it is actually starting to aggravate me how many times I have fought this guy. How many times have I killed? It must be around like 5, 6, 7, I don't even know anymore. But it's just... It's just getting old, I have to say. And it's not like the Black Knight. That is a completely different situation. It almost feels like they looked at the Black Knight, and I'm not saying this just because they have dark armor, but it is a similar kind of entity where it shows up on the battlefield and you are supposed to fear it. But the thing is, I am not scared of the Death Knight at all. The Black Knight scared me throughout both games, even when I fought him. At the very last point in in Radiant Dawn, I was still scared of him. He was still super strong.
It is coming. Leave now, or all of you will die.
Oh, here's the magic thing they're gonna use that they've been planning. Gonna open a demon. Did his horse just ride down the wall? What? Did we just get orbitably... Did they make the boom boom? I was about to say orbital bombardment. Is that an actual missile? Is that an actual missile?
What just happened here? The fort. It's just gone.
Was that a nuclear missile? Edelgard, the hell was that? They using like magic cannons or something? I mean, I think all the civilians were like evacuated, but
Hey, kiddo, what was with that javelin of light?
Javelin of light. Well, that describes it pretty well. The fortress was supposedly impregnable, but look at it now. It's hard to imagine that the Empire would do something like that. But if not them, then who?
oh no, did Claude do that? Why do I feel like Claude did that?
And for what purpose? If they wanted to kill us, then why wait until now to use it?
But I couldn't even think of why he'd want to do that. We'd won the battle. I couldn't see why he would want to do that. And the Death Knight took notice of it. Like, he pointed up towards the sky. So it was obviously something he was anticipating. So it probably wasn't Claude.
We almost died just now. And without an answer to any of that. Speaking of unanswered questions, why is Nardell here? Care to explain? I get the feeling there's something you two are keeping from us.
I'll go ahead and see my subordinates off to Almyra, kiddo.
Wait, Nader! Are you really just gonna leave me here and run away?
I hope to see you again, Judith. And you too, Professor. I'll be praying for your safety.
Nader, are you saying that Nardell is actually Nader the Unstoppable?
Unstoppable?
It's actually Nader the Undefeated. Almyrans love grand titles.
I knew he was no ordinary person, but to think he was the great hero of Almyra.
Hey, can we really afford to be chatting right now? If another one of those javelins of light falls, we're all dead.
Claude, there are things I wish to ask you, but first we must hurry and withdraw.
Right you are. Come on, everyone. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Claude, it is time for you to explain. Why are you so close with an Almyran general?
Well, he did quite a bit for me when I was younger.
When you were younger? So, before you joined House Regan. How and where did you meet him? There aren't many opportunities to meet a general from Almyra in Fódlan.
If that's what you believe, it's only because that's what you've been led to believe. After all, we have Cyril here among our allies, and he was born in Almyra.
Hey now, don't drag me into this.
There's a big, wide world outside of Fódlan, and it's overflowing with different places and cultures. You think interacting with outsiders is odd, but isn't avoiding contact with the outside world far more unnatural?
Don't change the subject, Claude. To the people of the Alliance, the Almyrans are...
It's true that there's a history of hostility, but why should that mean we're doomed to remain hostile forever? The Almyrans aren't monsters. Just look at Cyril. Does he look like a monster to you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, with that portrait in the bottom right, he's kind of scary, to be honest.
Right, Teach? What did you think when you met Nader?
He's a reliable general.
I'll tell him you said that. And I'm sure that if all of you got to know him, all of your preconceived notions would change too. I know you guys, and you aren't the type of people to reject someone without trying to get to know them.
But how did those Almyrans even get past Fódlan's throat? I doubt my brother would just let them pass without saying anything.
Yeah, about that. I actually made sure your brother met Nader in advance.
What? Lord Holst met with an Almyran general?
Oh, so that's why you were so interested in my brother. But wait, they're supposed to be bitter enemies. They've fought each other several times before.
I know, it was a big gamble. But rather than having me try to convince them myself, I knew it would be easier to just have them meet. They were taken aback at first, but sure enough, they hit it off. They were even drinking to their newfound brotherhood before parting.
It makes sense. If you take the greatest heroes away from the battlefield, of course they'll get along.
Fighting one minute and drinking together the next? Men are so weird.
Ultimately, someone's bloodline has nothing to do with the friendships they forge. Relations between the Alliance and Elmyra is a matter we'll tackle in the future. Still, I want to take this opportunity to make one thing clear to all of you. After we defeat the Empire, I intend to tear down the walls that separate Fódlan from the outside world. I want to let people and goods come and go freely, and in doing so, eradicate prejudices about
So that's the dream that Claude has. He truly wants to make like a nation where we are interacting on a cultural level with everyone else. Like, we are not shunning the outside world. And that's pretty cool, honestly. I've been wondering what his things were that he wanted, and I was a little afraid that it was going to just be like a 180, you know, like, oh, what I actually wanted was to destroy every, like, you know. Or I was a little worried that he wanted like some supreme weapon of light to do, I don't know. I still don't know why he's interested in the Sword of the Creator, if it was just for the power of it, or if there's something he needs with it, you know?
Huh? Would it even be possible to achieve such a thing? It directly contradicts the Seiros tenets.
Does it? I'm not so sure. In any case, I'm prepared for the inevitable protests and criticism. New ways of doing things are always met with resistance. During our time at the Officers Academy, all of you overcame the barriers of birthplace, status, and ideology. Having gone through so much with all of you, I have no doubt that, in time, you'll understand.
I guess there were a lot of different people there. People we wouldn't have met through the normal course of our lives.
Duscur once opposed the kingdom, but there was someone from Duscur there. Brigid once invaded the Empire, but the Brigid princess was there. We ate at the same table as those people. Sure, sometimes we didn't get along, but other times we helped each other out. Can we really draw a definitive line in the sand and say one group of people is all good and another all bad? If I can realize my dream, Fódlan will be reborn. The old age will end, and we'll welcome a new dawn.
But if...
Save your objections for another day, Gloucester boy. That said, there are more pressing matters to discuss. Our next step is to invade the Imperial capital, right?
That's right. I'm sure Edelgard is eagerly awaiting our arrival in Enbar. Reinforcements from the Alliance Lords should arrive soon. Let's make sure we're ready to greet them.
Alright, I feel like we're getting really close to the end of the game here. Almost totaling at 100 hours. It's pretty crazy.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Garland Moon. The Chaos of War. Claude's plan to call in Elmyran forces succeeds, and the Alliance army captures Fort Merceus. Before they can celebrate their victory, javelins of light rain down from the sky and destroy the fort. Forced to temporarily evacuate, the Alliance army regroups at Garreg Mach until it is ready to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Okay. I don't know why that cut short, because I'm not even anywhere near my controller, but it did.
It's almost time to invade the Imperial capital.
Indeed.
We still don't know where Rhea is, but if she's alive, she's likely in Enbar. Hopefully we manage to find her without too much trouble.
Wonder if she's alive.
If the Empire has some reason to keep Rhea alive, then she's alive. I'm sure you must be anxious to see her again.
I need to see her again.
I understand. You need to see Rhea again so you can figure out who you really are. But we're going up against Edelgard here. It won't be so simple.
Honestly, I'm really starting to miss Sothis.
Our
Like,
next stop is
I
the
miss her being
Imperial
witty in my
capital.
head.
We've sure come a long way.
What are you talking about? This is Garreg Mach. It's where we started.
I didn't mean literally, Raphael. I was speaking symbolically.
My earnest desire to protect the Alliance has carried me this far. It will not fail me. I am sure the rest of you all have your own reasons to fight as well. Of course, I understand that the fight will not end until we defeat the Empire. And now the time has arrived at long last to march on the Imperial capital and defeat the Emperor.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? We all come from different places and have different goals and dreams. But thanks to those two, we were all able to come together and overcome all sorts of challenges. You are referring to Claude and the Professor, I assume? Even within our own odd group, those two are particularly unusual. Oh,
what does that
so
mean?
You are aware that you're odd. Well, it was simply a figure of speech. I am speaking about Claude and the Professor right now.
Honestly, that's the reason why I picked the deer in the first place, because you guys are just a bunch of weirdos, and I love ya. Like, I love that about you guys. It was so much more intriguing than any other house. At first, I was super worried that I made the wrong choice, but no worries here.
They're like the wind and the trees. Huh? Claude and the Professor are? What does that even mean? And who is which?
Oh, I was just thinking that if we're the birds, then those two are like the trees and the wind. The Professor is a great tree that kindly embraces us and watches over us as we perch on its branches. And Claude is like the wind, pushing us forward as we soar across the open sky.
The metaphor about the Professor is solid, but I think Claude just blows us around on a whim. Still, we owe him a lot.
I think that's beautiful, Marianne. I can really picture it. When this war is over, I'd love to paint a picture of those two. Oh, and of all the people we've fought with as well.
You mean like a historical painting? I like that. Maybe our descendants will look at it a long, long time from now.
I must say, that piques my interest. I look forward to seeing how you portray my valiant efforts.
When you put it that way, we may be witnessing one of the greatest events in Fódlan's history. It's a lot of pressure, but the sense of duty I feel is even stronger than the fear.
I'm just happy to be here with all you. I won't get scared, no matter what we face.
We have our goal. Enbar, the Imperial capital. Let's get to work.
All right. So we're heading straight to the capital at the end of this month. Sylvain's birthday? No. I'm doing nothing. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here. It was a lot of fun, honestly. Sorry if the beginning of the episode was very low energy. Once again, it was 3 a.m., but I was like, I gotta find time to record, because I have very little time right now, because, got some stuff going on. But, if you liked the video, please leave a like. Always a pleasure playing this game and recording stuff for you guys, and I will see you next time. Raiden out.